You know, you look at your team, you know, when you were with the Lakers. You know, recently someone compared LeBron's Lakers, you know, to the Lakers that you were on. And you said it's no comparison. Mm-hmm. And why is that?
Because our era it's different. You're comparing apples and oranges. Our four were a lot different. When you go Kobe, Shaq, me, and Karl, we did a dynasty on a lot of things. What LeBron is going through now, we know Carmelo is going to be in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. Dwight Howard, you know, we hope that's going to be there too.
I think so.
I do too. Yeah. I thought he should have been on the 75 team, really, personally. I thought he should have been. And then you go LeBron, who is definitely, and then Davis, Anthony Davis. You know, he's going to be Hall of Famer too. And he's on the 75. It's just a little different era to me. I think if we all would have played against each other, who would have guarded who? You know what I'm saying? Right. We don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it would have been different. We can't go back in a time machine and say, yo, let us all four, or let them four play against us four. I don't know how that would work.
Right.
You know, I think Shaq would have dominated. Mm-hmm. I think Kobe would have dominated. I think I would have dominated. And then I know damn sure well Karl Malone would have dominated.
Right. But then you throw LeBron in the mix and, you know.
Yeah, it would have been something.
He's no slouch.
Yeah, he's no slouch. So I think it would have been something different. So I don't know how that would work. So why I say it's no comparison.
Right. And you even tweeted, I think last year, you said, I could never play for the soft-ass era. All my salary would go to fines.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just era too damn soft. I can't say what I want to say. You know, I gotta have fun. That was my game, to go back at people. It wasn't nothing personal. It was just that. But they're giving texts just for this and that. And then they're going on the video camera, on the screens and trying to say a flagrant. That's just a hard foul. We're just playing basketball. And I don't know how I would have adjusted to it. I don't know.
Right, because I mean, recently now you have players that are getting fans thrown out for trash talking and so forth. Now, granted, some of it is justified, but during your era, a fan could say whatever.
I wanted him to say that because I'll get at him every time.
Right. But then, you know, I mean, you saw that one game with LeBron where someone says, oh, I hope your son dies in a car accident.
Then that's taking it too far.
It is taking it too far.
Yeah, it's taking it too far. But you know what? If that was me, I would have been like, well, your son would have to be with him too. Or you're going to have to go, your son going to have to go too then. So, you know what I'm saying? So I would have had to hit him back. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays it's a little sensitive because it's all about this Instagram, this Twitter, kids are on there and kids follow this. And when they hear this stuff, they follow that stuff and they take it to a whole nother level. So our era was a little different. That's why I like that we never had Instagram. We never had Twitter. We never had the camera phones.
Right.
We did a lot more than these dudes doing now. I'm guaranteeing you that.
I bet.
We did a lot more. And it's just that it never was out and shown in public like that. And I think this is the bad thing about all of this.
Gary Payton, man, truly appreciate you coming in. I've been a longtime fan. You know, I've been wanting to do this for years now. We finally made it happen. Really, man, like coming out of Oakland, and, you know, I remember, you know, I'm a few years younger than you, but even growing up in San Mateo, you would hear about Gary Payton. You would hear about everything, you know, that you're doing. And then once you really hit the ground running in the NBA, it was like, yo, it was inspirational. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, the Bay hasn't always been, you know, the Bay that the Warriors are representing right now. It was like you said in the beginning, it was overlooked. McDonald's All-American wouldn't look at us.
Never.
You know, you really had to get it out the mud and get to the highest, you know, the highest point in a game that had become international at that point. Right. It wasn't just about the hottest players in the U.S. They were going out to Africa and Europe and grabbing whoever they could grab, you know, and you surpassed everybody, you know, becoming one of the greatest point guards ever, winning a championship, you know, Hall of Fame, one of the top 75 players in the NBA of all time, man. I mean, to come from a kid from the projects in Oakland to get to this point, man, it's inspirational. That's all I could say.
Thanks, Vlad. It's something that I take pride in. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because I got to look at now Jason Kidd and Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
Who's going to be on who's on the 75 team with me.
Yep.
And Jay is a Hall of Fame too, and which Dame is going to be one too. We took a culture from Oakland, California, and grew up in there and did that and put it on the map. And that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to be on the map like that, like with yourself. Everybody is looking now at our Bay Area because people like yourself who was being big with this platform you got, and they respecting you.
Yeah.
And you say, I'm from the Bay. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way we got to do it. And we making it happen that way. And that's all we doing. We just trying to start a platform, which you starting a platform in this area, in this way, and I started it in that sports way. And we're doing it. And we're making other people understand we can come from anywhere and we can do whatever we want to do and get it. And everybody gonna recognize us over in this West. And that's all we want to do.
I agree, man. I mean, no matter where I live, and I've lived in New York, I've lived, I live in LA right now. I always feel like, the Bay is always my home. And I always try to represent the Bay. When I did the American Gangster episode on, Mac Dre, or when I did, Ghost Ride the Whip, or when I interview the E40s or the Richie Riches or the Too Shorts, it's like, that's the stuff that really matters the most to me.
Right.
Because the Bay will always be my home.
Yeah.
There's something in that culture, in that air, in that water that really just gets under your skin and, makes you want to, be proud of where you come from.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm glad to be mentioned in the hip hop world as, being
Absolutely.
from the Bay. And, basketball, you absolutely put the Bay on the map. You know what I mean? So like I said, man, truly appreciate you coming in. And I can't wait to, all the other stuff you got coming, the weed business and the tech company and everything else like that. I feel like you're just getting started.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Vlad. I appreciate you having me on there.
Peace.
Peace.